destroy Iran in the matter of moments if we decided we could just nuke them off the face of the fucking planet, and we're way stronger than them in every single way possible. The point is, Iran is in a strategic position that compromises the entire region and puts everybody at risk for the benefit of a country that does not benefit us, while simultaneously does not pose a threat to us. Iran has never posed a threat to us, legitimately. If they ever have, it was because we sided with Israel. Again, them being a moral hazard. Not only that, they have been gearing up on missiles ever since the 12-day war back in the summer. After they noticed that the United States was actually hedging against the war and was going to attack them because that war was a warning strike that something larger was coming. Anybody who has any sort of geopolitical knowledge would gather that right away. And so Iran took that and said, okay, you know what? We're going to gear up. They built up close relations with China. They built up close relations with Russia. They ramped up on their missiles program because they knew this day was coming. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Iran was waiting for this day. This actually, I would say, happened probably later than they assumed.
Bro, niggas were probably rubbing their hands together like this, like, yeah.
Bro, they were waiting. They were waiting.
Let's go.
We
want to test these
People are
missiles.
not understanding, bro. Yeah, people are not understanding. They were waiting because these peace talks were only a knock at the door. That war was right around the corner. They knew diplomacy was off the table. They're not stupid. Like I said, they watched every single one of their Middle Eastern partners and neighbors get decapitated. They knew that they were next. So it's not this whole, oh, Iran is strong and Iran has nothing to lose.
Yes.
That's the fucking problem. That's what makes them dangerous. And they're in their home turf with a bunch of missiles that no one in the region can match. And our interceptor defense program cannot take them all out. That's the problem. And again, they have nothing to lose. They're Shia Muslims. They're fucking crazy. Like, this is what you guys are not understanding. This is why it's such a hazard to the region. But everybody's like, oh, you're glazing around. They're not that strong. That's not even what I'm saying. And that's not what my brother's been saying this whole time. And if you're paying attention, if you're politically literate, you would understand that.
Yeah, bro. Like, just because you're going to win the fight doesn't mean you should fight. Like it's like saying, like, all right, go box this dude, right? You're going to win, but you might not be able to walk again after the fight. Would you take that fight? You won, but now you're crippled. So it's not, people got to understand, like, yo, the Iranians don't practice superiority. They practice asymmetric warfare, i.e., we're going to hurt you so bad, even though we lose, that you're going to leave the fight saying, why the fuck did I do that? I'm retarded.
Yeah, precisely.
That's what, so for any brain dead retard in here, that's like, because I got a couple of dumbass, like, he'll be like, we'll just nuke those stupid, sad niggas. It doesn't matter. We'll just get them. Just get them. It's okay. We got nuclear weapons. I'll tell you what, we're the strongest country in the world. They can't stop us.
And like you always say, by the way, that's that stupid hubris that gets United States soldiers killed.
Bruh.
Right? So it's very important that people actually have a good concrete understanding that, yeah, we get it. Iran is not the biggest, baddest wolf, but it's not about that. It's the fact that they don't have anything to lose. And it's, like you said, it's asymmetrical, you know? And this is also a political loss. Like, we've lost this war effectively. It doesn't matter if we decapitate the Ayatollah tomorrow. The fact that we went to war on behalf of a foreign nation is a loss already. And it's political suicide for Trump. And now the GOP has lost all their power. J.D. Vance is going to have a hard time now. Trump fucked everything up. So if you're right, if you're a Republican, you should be even more infuriated because Democrats are going to take this and the Epstein files, pair them together, and destroy Republicans in the midterms. Period. So this is not only politically dangerous, it's globally dangerous, it's morally wrong. There's top to bottom, there's nothing good about it. And I'm not anti-intervention, but this is retarded intervention, and that's the difference. That's the distinguishment right there.
Yeah, bro. It's look at this. This is why I'm saying this war shit is retarded. Look at this shit, guys. This comes from Nick Sorter. It's 3 hours old, but I want to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about here. Look at this shit, bro. Major black smoke is billowing from the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet HQ in Bahrain following Iranian missile strikes. Look at that, bro.
Holy shit. Unbelievable. Oh shit, I just sent you that.
Yeah, that's
I'm on no sleep.
From.
Yeah, I just sent it to you, yeah. It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy.
So, absolutely nuts, dude. So yeah, bro, for all the brain dead people in here saying the U.S. is going to win, it's not about winning, dude. It's about we're going to get hurt.
Like, it's right over your fucking head. Of course we're stronger than them. Of course. Our military spending quadruples theirs in the next 5 fucking countries, you stupid ass. It's not, you're missing the whole fucking point. This is why you're a dumb goy. Has nothing to fucking do with that. The problem is it's not beneficial for us, and that's a country that has nothing to lose. And they have a respectable ballistic military capability or ballistic missile capability. That's the real issue. It's not like they're some nobody country that we can wipe off of the face of the planet like Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela.
Yep.
No, this is a completely different beast.
Completely
different beast.
And let me tell you how the Ayatollah, like, bro, he's probably underground somewhere. You're not going to get him, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, I need you guys to have a little bit of common sense. They couldn't kill the Ayatollah when they had the surprise attack. Like, let that sink in, guys. During the 12-day war, the Iranians had no fucking clue that they were going to get attacked. And Khamenei survived that shit. Right? So if he survived when they did a sneak attack, what makes y'all think they're going to get him now when they've been preparing for like 6 months?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't get him back then. So I'll tell you guys this, all the brass are probably in some underground tunnel with no phones, with nothing. They're just sitting there chilling in a cave somewhere.
Nothing that can compromise their location, nothing that will ever highlight where they are. And they've learned, they've done their homework. They watched what happened to leaders in the IRGC like Qasem Soleimani.
Yeah, some idiot in here, Nuke says, what the fuck is this Iran glazing? You're bro. All right, man, I'm not even going to dignify that shit with a response, bro. Just enjoy the Shadow Realm, nigga. You're retarded. I'm about to start putting an IQ limit on my chat, bro. Enjoy the Shadow Realm, nigga. What the fuck?
Again, like, what I'm trying to highlight, look, as an American, is your life going to vastly change from this? Obviously fucking not, okay? Besides maybe increased oil prices or something like that. And maybe bread, actually, because of the Strait of Hormuz and the global effect. But I mean, or groceries rather, but really there's not going to be the biggest tangible difference. The problem is our government is fighting a war on behalf of another country. That's why we're pressed. And the other country that we're fighting against is not a weak one. And I know most of the chat understands this, and so they don't disagree, but there is a fringe, pocket of people who don't seem to grasp this. And I would assume that they're probably just Fox News boomers or millennials, but regardless.
Yeah.
Definitely dire situation right here. And these Gulf countries, man, they're going to remember this shit. And this might hurt their partnership with the United States in the future. They may not forget this. They may think that the United States is actually a moral hazard.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go in a Twitter space, or you want to go to Al Jazeera or ILTV?
Let's take a look at Al Jazeera, see what they're saying.
Give me 1 sec. I'll pull that shit up right now.
Yeah.
And then we'll jump into Twitter space and keep giving y'all this...
And then also you can introduce potential false flags, right? Israel may be striking civilian populations to charge people up. Like, there's so many things that can come from this, and this is brutal warfare. What we're seeing now, anything goes. There's no rules anymore.
Yep.
So
big facts, bro. Okay, let me turn this on. Can you see my screen?
According to a U.S. official speaking to Al Jazeera, the strikes on Iran will continue for the coming days.
By the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. The other Gulf country that the IRGC targeted and got, by the way, and hit was Ryad in Saudi Arabia, which is a big deal. Saudi Arabia is usually never involved in mesh or shit like this, so that's another big deal. Go ahead.
All right.
Extensive air and sea campaign against Iran. This with us now live from here in Doha. I've been looking forward to this moment to get your thoughts on all of this. I know
something that
get ready to switch over. I'll drop the link here in a second, ninjas. But Ryad, yeah, me and my brother have been covering it for the last few hours. Dude, the Gulf states are getting pummeled, dude. Wow, we've seen like. Some pretty crazy explosions and, destruction going on. And for those that aren't familiar, like, the Gulf states guys are basically like America. We're talking first world, super safe, super clean. A lot of these countries, are safer than major cities in America and cleaner and better. So for them to be getting bombed is unfathomable. So I'm starting to think, man, the Gulf states might just join in with the Israelis at this point, man, because they're getting hit pretty hard. But again, it does look like it's all U.S. military targets. And the Iranians did warn them that this is going to happen. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm just actually really surprised at how hard they're hitting them. And as far as Israel goes, We knew this was going to happen. We foresaw it, that Israel was going to censor the fuck out of any type of explosion or whatever, and it seems like they're, seriously suppressing. I've been trying to go back and forth on their ILTV. Even their main news media is down right now, so they're definitely hiding shit.
Myron, have you heard anything about any oil fields at all, or any oil industry, refineries, or anything in the GCC?
Oil, no. Ryad, have you heard anything or no?
Nope.
No,
Nah.
just military so far.
It seems, yeah, all just military bases. But I haven't seen energy yet. I think that might be phase 2. I think phase 1 is destroy the American bases, limit their ability to actually launch an attack. Once the American bases are destroyed, then they're going to start hitting them economically with the Strait of Hormuz, etc. That's what I think. Phase 2 is the economic pain. And then also
American bases.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
What I was gonna say. So, okay, if I had to predict, right, and this is obviously just speculation since we're here, what I think is happening is this: they're gonna use a lot of their shitty missiles on the Gulf states because they're right there, and the Gulf states, for the lack of a better term, can't actually effectively defend themselves since the U.S. and Israel have their hands tied at this point and their hands full, right? So obviously, any type of resources that are going to be used for protection, the aircraft carrier and Israel are going to be prioritized. The Gulf states are probably going to be a distant third. Iran knows this and they're pummeling them, right? That's one. So I think they're going to destroy all the bases in the region. So logistics, supply chains, response times, all that stuff is completely cooked. Once that's done, now they can start enforcing the economic pain. Houthis have already announced they're going to start going crazy on the Red Sea with piracy. I predict the Strait of Hormuz will be shut down for a period of time. And then they're probably going to ramp up the attacks with Israel because we're starting to see drones get into the Gulf states and Israel. And I think a big reason why they're sending drones to Israel is to get them to waste as many of their interceptors as possible. And then the real stuff is going to come out. I think I saw on Twitter, you might have actually posted it, Suleiman. One of the IRG commander guys said, just so the West knows, we're using the back end of our missile supply stock. We're using the missiles in the back. Well, we have you guys haven't seen before. And at this point, people might say, oh, Myron, you're fear-monger, whatever. Up to this point, the Iranians have done everything they said they were going to do. You hit us, we're hitting you back immediately. Within the hour, sirens were going off in Israel. They're not around this time. So, yeah, that's kind of my prediction. I think they're going to continue to try to find Khamenei, but I doubt they will. And I'll tell you why. They couldn't get him when they had Operation Rising Lion and the element of surprise while they're in the middle of negotiation. Like, Iran was the most vulnerable during that operation. If they couldn't kill the supreme leader back then, I doubt they're going to get him now 6 months later when the Iranians have beefed up all their weak points. Because the 12-day war taught them a lot, dude. 40 laws of power to crush your enemy totally. That was a very bad mistake that the West made. If you're going to go after these guys and try to insinuate a regime change and you're too lazy because you want the citizens to rise up, which isn't going to happen. I doubt that. If anything, I think we got to rally around the flag effect. They didn't do the job, and now they're going back in again. And if you couldn't get Khamenei the first time, he's not fool me once on me, fool me twice, it's on you. So I guarantee he's underground some fucking big ass bunker. He might not even be in country. Who knows? Who knows if the Chinese moved them somewhere for his own safety, or the Russians? We know the Russians are very prone to take leaders and protect them during times of danger and conflict. I mean, Netanyahu does it all the time. People say, oh, Khamenei's hiding like a bitch. Bro, Netanyahu, the first thing he does as soon as Israel's in the middle of something, he'll either go into a bunker or he'll go to Greece. like, dude. But that's my take on it. I think that's what's happening. I think military base get destroyed, then the economic pain is going to start getting geared up in phase 2.
Yeah, Ryan came in and he did say that he thought, he'd heard that some oil fields in Saudi had been hit, but we've not been able to verify that because we thought, I'm like you, I think that's like the second level. I think that's going to happen afterwards as a escalation. So I would have been surprised if it happened now. But sorry, you were going to say, what's his name again? Andrew?
Yeah, the logistic, there's 3 reasons why those G.
Yeah, Ryad, if you're talking, I can't hear you. You're muted, bro. I can't hear you. Well, he might be talking to somebody else. I'll text him, chat.
you can't hear each other.
Oh, my bad. My mic was on.
So-
Sorry. Let me mute it.
Okay, yeah, test. Yeah. The three things with the military bases in GCC countries is for two. Those U.S. military bases provide protection for Israel. Okay, that first line of defense, that massive billion-dollar radar system was taking out. The second thing, you already said the other two. The second and third, Myron, is logistic support, and also the big one is not having the capability of using those bases to provide any threat against Iran.
Yo, I was reading chats.
Oh, okay. You good. Yeah, I'm still in a Twitter space. All right, so I just want to make sure that...
If you unmute?
Yeah.
Can they hear me if you unmute yourself?
Let me just give some more. I just want to welcome Robert into the stage as well.
No,
Robert,
I didn't hear you at all.
Thanks for joining
You're good.
us.
Well, I muted myself.
Robert,
Like if you unmute yourself on
in terms of, we've been talking about the Strait of Hormuz thing.
Can they hear me through your mixer?
Iranians
I don't know,
have
ask them.
allegedly closed the Strait of Hormuz.
We'll see when you talk.
We spoke to Salmon about this, but if you want to give us your thoughts about what would happen to the global market.
Yeah, so we already see gold up, oil obviously not trading, but stock indices here in the US are down on weekend Wall Street. Very low liquidity, so kind of hard to take it seriously.
Guys, look at this.
Stocks down, oil up, gold up. I would imagine oil probably opens up $5 to $10 a barrel higher on Sunday evening. So yeah, what that could do, the major creditor nations to the
Yo, gold
US,
is 5,200 Ryad.
the nations that are the large buyers.
Yep.
of
235,
our US
236.
Treasury debt, are, South Korea, Japan are quite large, especially combined. They rely on a lot of oil imports. They are not energy self-sufficient like the US is. And so they have to import their energy. Well, higher oil prices, they can't, they need fuel, they need energy.
Damn.
It's not the kind of thing you can just forego. And this pushes the strains their economy and pushes them into a less of a current account surplus or even a current account deficit. And the way that they have funded that historically, we know, has been selling of U.S. Treasuries. You also have, higher oil price. That's an input for everything, and would lead to higher rates. Like you can pull up the oil chart, overlay it with the 10-year yield, and it's the correlation is extremely strong because energy and oil is an input into everything.
I'm just respond
in
to
the
chat.
kind of interconnected,
Johnny, Las Vegas. I see you again,
world
bro.
that we live in.
This
So,
channel pro Iran.
that that could.
Oh, they can hear you
Honestly,
now,
man,
Ryad. We can hear you now. You can mute yourself if you need to talk to your people.
If the risk off bid that usually goes.
Can your audience hear my shit, though?
Treasuries, if that risk off bid is not
Okay,
enough to counteract the kind of inflationary effect of a higher oil price, dramatically higher possibly, you could get some real issues in the bond market, which is really kind of the governor for Trump. This is what caused him to capitulate back during Liberation Day and the tariff chaos. It was not the stock market, it was what the bond market was doing. And so I think that's ultimately the thing I would recommend.
What the?
Oil will be up, stock market will be down generally. Certain sectors will probably do all right, but in general, the major indices will be down and oil will be up, gold will be up. But really what I would watch, and I think is really the most important is the bond market. And
it's glitching.
This is all coming in the midst of kind of the AI situation as well. Hold on,
chat. Hold on.
So there's really a lot going on. I don't want to take up too much time, but there's really a lot going on right now.
No, I appreciate the update. Salmon, was there anything you wanted to add on what Robert said? Because this is kind of your forte.
Yeah, well, I think the additional thing to that is I think that all assumes a sustained oil price increase. I think if we get that spike, I think China will just
here. Give me one
take
sec.
action.
I'm still here.
Put some barrels out there and just manage the market. So, both America and China and all the OPEC plus countries, they were all preparing for this. So I think, OPEC will be meeting next week. This is just, I see volatility and temporary disruption. But, I think this is more of a couple of weeks thing to figure out like
Mossad,
the overarching impact. I think what
bro,
Robert was talking
my
about
computer's going
are all
crazy.
like systemic if this continues to
Mossad,
be a drain, right, Robert?
hold on, chat.
Yeah, China has built up a huge a stockpile of oil, and here in the U.S., it's worth noting we've gradually rebuilt the SPR, but only about half of the level that it was before Biden ran it down for the midterms. We're only about half. So yeah, it has been rebuilt a little bit, but we're still at half of the historical average. So now
The stream
we just
paused.
brought online Venezuela, so maybe that's enough.
So
You
we
have
we may
China
end stream
with their huge stockpile running that down,
soon.
and then you have Venezuela.
I try to get some
Maybe
rest
it's
here.
enough. It also
Yo,
assumes that this conflict goes on
I can't hear
in a
you.
sustained manner. That's not
Hold
my
on, Ryad.
area.
My is fucked up.
But if this is a 2-week, 3-week, 4-week sort of thing, maybe it's a temporary
Turning on my TV,
disruption,
shit's
but
all
not
fucked.
necessarily a major kind of systemic event.
Yeah, remember too that Biden
Bruh.
sold a large portion of our SBR
What the fuck?
to China.
Yeah, I think that the fact that we haven't had like the targeting of Saudi oil, which may that's a really big symbolic thing.
I got it.
And
I'll
if
respond in
we
the
go
super chat while you're
straight
figuring that out. You can
into
hear me clearly, right?
the
Yeah, I can hear
closure
you, but
of Strait of
my
Hormuz, it
computer's
feels
getting
like
cooked right now. I don't know what's
the
happening.
big
Dude.
guns are being
You probably have mad
fired
tabs open, bro.
right away
It's
into
like,
negotiations.
what the fuck?
You probably have
To
mad
try and
tabs
just
open
go
that are
straight
playing different things.
into
You gotta
economic
close them.
impact.
No, it wasn't even that, dude. It's
So
fucking,
to
my
me,
monitors are going crazy.
this all signals
Oh,
that this
really?
is going to
Yeah.
be potentially shorter than the 12-day war, if not the same
Okay.
type of length, and
I have
giving
another
everyone
chat.
an
Hey man, thank you for
offboarding
the 50, man.
into
Huge super
a
chat.
deal and a
Thank you for
negotiation.
that. I always stop the Don DeMarco so too quickly. Buffalo Blanco says, found one of the
Bro.
clips. I
also
agree on your
important
point in
to
Times
mention
Square.
that
What
when
is the
it comes
significance of the
to
Strait of
the
Hormuz
actual hardware
for
that's
us? I
being
thought we were
used, the
good
actual
with Venezuela
munitions
oil.
that the
I mean, I
US
don't
is
know if it's really for
expending,
the Strait of
we
Hormuz,
are
bro. I don't see a benefit
completely
there
reliant
either.
on
I don't
China
think there's significance
for
there
those
either for the
components.
United States to
So,
capitalize off of, if
there's
that's your
that
question.
element of it as
In
well.
terms
We've
of
so
significance, if they
completely hollowed
close
out
it,
our
well,
industrial
oil
capacity
prices will go
that
up.
we rely on
Everything's
China
going to be
for.
volatile.
You can go to, I put out a couple charts
Because a lot of the Gulf's oil goes in
recently,
and out of there.
today, just
Not
kind
much
of
of the
reminding
U.S., but
people,
enough to make a difference,
the
though.
degree of
I think it's
reliance on
12%, we said
Chinese
earlier.
suppliers for our own munitions.
Someone said
and
instead
our
of
own
adjusting
weapon
volume
systems.
each time.
So
Oh,
there's
really?
that
Okay,
element
thanks,
of it,
man. You could just
kind
click
of as
deafen
well.
under it.
Okay, so we've got a warning by
Oh
the
my
IDF.
God. All right, guys,
It's
sorry.
warning,
I
the
accidentally
IDF
clicked the
warns
magnifier and it
in
everything up. Sorry about that, chat.
industrial area to
What the
immediately
All right, we're
evacuate
back.
the
We're
region
back. We're
as
back,
Israeli
guys. We're back.
strikes are incoming. Scenes from the streets
Holy
of Oman.
shit.
We have debris struck a street
Okay, you're
after
good?
Jordan intercepted an Iranian projectile
Yeah, I'm good now.
directly above its own populated area to prevent the missile from striking Israel. So the Jordanians are working hard to
How long
protect
How long you gonna
Israel.
stay on for?
I might go to bed soon.
Let's see what else we've got in
Yeah.
the news, and then
Let me
I'll
make
give
sure
the
there's no
stream back to
new
Simon.
developments, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah. Let me
Dude, the
leave this
stream's
Twitter space
limited
real
though.
quick.
I don't know why. Do you have any
Okay.
idea as to
The
why?
Israeli cabinet held
What's
an
limited?
emergency meeting in a secure bunker underground just
Stream
before
like
the
it's
dawn to
it's not monetized.
get final approval for a wide-scale aerial attack against Iran.
Hold on.
So, do you remember when we said 200 people in Iran being killed?
That need more monitors.
Well, apparently
I got like
86
6, dude.
of them were the students from the school.
No, I'm really the
actually,
one who
this
needs
says
more
3
monitors, not
schools.
you.
So 86 children from 3 schools were killed. That's according to the Iranian Ministry of Education. So the vast majority of American
Okay, guys, let's see if
Israeli
there's any news,
kills
anything
have
else.
been school children.
All right, I muted Twitter.
Oh, okay. Zengen, Iran.
All right.
Israeli-U.S. strikes in Iran.
More?
Yeah, here, take a look. Hold on, let me just get sound.
Oh, let me unmute this. Then. Oh no, we're good.
Let me know.
No, you're good. You can play it. Wow.
Yeah.
What was that? That was.
I mean,
in Iran.
You know what I think? You know what I? Yeah, this is in Zengen, Iran. You know what I think, honestly, bro? With
What?
these Gulf countries, I think it's all not a facade. That's definitely the wrong word. But I think it's some sort of diversion. Like, I don't think that Iran is going to be focused on them long term. They're definitely dealing a great blow, but I don't think longer than a week they're going to continue to attack these bases.
Yeah, I think there's
No way they have the capability of keeping that up for several days or even weeks and attacking so many countries like that.
So, you want to hop back on tomorrow night at like 9?
Yeah, that works.
All right. So, guys, we've been on for...
There'll be some developments from there.
We've been on for like 14 hours. Well, at least for me, 14 hours. Guys, I'm going to end stream now, and I'm going to come back later with Ryad. Let's shoot 9. That work? 9 or 10?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, bro.
All right, peace.
All right, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to end stream now. Love you, ninjas. I'll be back at like 8 or 9 p.m. So I'll catch you guys on with my brother. Love y'all, ninjas. And I got to restart my computer anyway. It's getting fucked up.
All right, bro. Peace.
Been out
I'll
for
call
like 15.
you.
All right, bro. Dude, later. Okay, chat. Good. W stream chat. I am going to dip out here in a second. Let me close this Discord. W stream ninjas. Hold on, I don't know what's happening on my Discord. Bro, why won't they let me use my camera? All right, well, let me use my camera for some odd reason. That's weird. Let me try over here. Yeah, my computer's all fucked up right now, chat. I don't know why it's acting like that. All right, man. It. All right, guys. I'm going to dip out. I'll see you guys back in a little bit. All right? I won't be gone long. Love you guys. My computer's acting right now. I guess that's a sign from the higher powers. We'll be back with some more updates on this, man. Love y'all, ninjas. Peace.